The two Senate seats in Georgia will decide who will control the Senate. As our wait for the presidential winner finally got over after an agonizing wait, now we all have to wait 2 more months to know who will be in charge of the Senate. Is it going to be Majority Leader Chuck Schumer or is it going to be Majority Leader Mitch McConnell? There really is not much of a point in discussing how we ended up in this situation because we are already here and we can perform the polling autopsy some other day. Now let us look at the two runoffs. So what is a runoff? Runoff is a two-round election system. In the first round, any number of people can compete. Out of the contenders, if anyone gets 50% plus one vote, then he is declared the winner. But if no one gets above the 50% plus one vote threshold, then the election moves to round 2. In the second round, the top two winners of the first round will contest. Since only two people are contesting, you will end up with one person getting more than 50% of the vote and he will become the winner. At first sight, the two-round system may look a bit harmless, but in reality, it has sinister origins. It was designed as a way to protect the interest of the majority, and in this case, white majority in the South, to avoid black candidates winning an election because the majority race votes got split due to multiple people contesting the election. And we don't have to keep searching for a real-world example. It happened this year in Georgia itself. The special election for the Senate seat in Georgia had more than 10 people competing, multiple Democratic candidates, multiple Republican candidates, and plenty of others as well. The result was Raphael Warnock, the Democrat who won the most votes, had 33% of the votes. Kelly Loeffler won 26% and Doug Collins won 20% of the votes. If it were a normal election, Raphael Warnock, a black Democratic candidate, would have been appointed the winner in a state where white people are in the majority. This two-round runoff system was exactly designed to avoid an outcome such as this one. A black man wins the election because two white candidates split white votes between each other. Now, Raphael Warnock and Kelly Loeffler, as you can see the tick mark next to the name, will proceed to the next round. And white voters now have only one white candidate to choose from. So according to a report by the Interior Department, Georgia's runoff law was created in the 1960s as a way to preserve white political power in a majority white state and diminish the influence of black politicians who could more easily win in a multi-candidate race with a plurality of the vote. The odds of a person from the minority race winning an election in a single round system is higher than the odds of winning the two-round system. It's a 1960 law that has run out of its time, but it still stands and we have to live with it. And thankfully, it is because of these runoff rules of 50% plus one vote that the other Senate seat in Georgia, the one between David Perdue and Jon Ossoff, has gone for round 2. Otherwise, David Perdue will already be a senator. Thankfully, the system that was designed to discriminate has helped the Democratic cause. Biden has won the contest in Georgia. His lead is more than 10,000 votes, and there isn't much vote left to be counted for Trump to erase the deficit and pull into a lead. There will certainly be a recount because according to Georgia law, a candidate can request a recount if the margin is less than 0.5 points. But bridging 10,000 vote gap in recount is statistically impossible to achieve. Since 2000, there has been 31 recounts. Only 3 times the recounts changed the outcome, and in all the 3 cases, the margin of difference was less than 300 votes. Believe it or not, our election system has evolved big time, and errors, especially counting errors, are very small, often in the 0.1% or less range. Couple of hundred votes, even when you're counting millions and millions of votes, is how developed our election counting process is. The election in Georgia is over, and Biden is the winner. Now here is the problem for Democrats. He won the election by just 10,000 plus votes. That's walking on thin ice for both Senate seats. Jon Ossoff is behind David Perdue by 90,000 votes. Biden is ahead by 10,000 votes. It is clear as daylight that plenty of voters who voted for Biden voted for David Perdue and the 2 Republican candidates in the other Senate seat. In Warnock's case, the gap between him and Biden is 850,000 votes. Now, all this will certainly change when people vote for both the Senate seats, as there will be no presidential ticket at the top, and people will have more time to focus and think about the candidate they have on hand. But the truth is, as the number says, even with Biden's help, the 2 Senate seats are tough for the Democrats to win. I think both the seats are lean Republican at this point. We still have time for the election, but I believe we start the race with Republican senators running slightly ahead of Democratic candidates. Let us keep watching the race, and it will tighten as we get closer to the election day. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe.